Day one of the African Critical Minerals 2025 attracting various role players, including those from the African Minerals Strategy Group, as they talk about taking advantage of the critical minerals that we have here on the continent. Various of those high-level conversations already taking place. We see them talking beneficiation. They're also talking industrialization at large scale, but also energy transition. How do we ensure that we get the best out of this space? And these minerals are just taking an avenue out of the issue of the globally movement of this just energy transition. So you see them today just taking stock and saying that there is a need now more than ever of moving from pit to port, but of ensuring that there's synergy in strategy and also helping out in attending some of the bottlenecks like your energy poverty that we hear is playing out here on the continent. I'm going to bring into the conversation with us this afternoon Patrick Mulindwa, who's coming through from the African Minerals Strategy Group, who'll just give us a sense of the importance of just converging here as countries from the continent, but more than anything else coming through with strategy that is, in line with expectations, looking at some of these minerals that we are often told that we are endowed with. Welcome to the SABC. How do we actually capitalize and get the best out of this space and the minerals, looking at these conversations that are already playing themselves out behind us?
Thank you, Kat, and I want to thank you so much, SABC, for allowing this to be aired nationally and, of course, internationally and across the continent. Now, the global energy transition is happening, and we all know or may have heard why we need to transition from fossil fuels to cleaner energies. The climate changes, there were floods across Africa and around the world. That is evident. Okay, these floods definitely have led to, famine. They have led to loss of life and a lot of effects of climate change. So the energy transition or cleaner energies is a must. Africa stands a great advantage because we host the biggest reserves of these metals required in the transition. But what are we saying as the African Mineral Strategy Group is that we will not be suppliers as we have been. We have supplied the world for a very, very long time. This time we want to be strategic partners. And what does that mean? We locally want to process, even if it means primary processing at home. Then we can export. But above all, we want the industries to be here. And it's possible. Because the energy transition, of course, let's talk about electric cars. One of the major components of electric cars is the batteries. It's energy storage in the whole conversation of energy transition. You need the cobalt and lithium and the other metals. Okay? So what does it take to manufacture batteries? Very simple. South Africa even hosts a larger advantage more than other African countries because other industries developed here, it means South Africa has got some bit of infrastructure. So we could leverage that. So we can make batteries. Last year during the Africa Critical Minerals Summit, I presented on the need of building regional hubs. So we need to enter this game. Why Africa Mineral Strategy Group is important. We are a member of 16 African countries, and South Africa is among the founding countries, just like Zimbabwe is. So let's say Zimbabwe hosts about 40% or has got between 100. Zimbabwe has a 40% of lithium and South Africa has got, let's say, a 60%. These two can agree to have a regional hub on value addition on lithium. The case there would be other required inputs like power. South Africa could have power or put together whatever you have in terms of power and you jointly have a value addition lithium hub between Zimbabwe and South Africa. For this case, why do we need to value add home? South Africa, just like other African countries, have got a lot of young people that have no jobs. When you value add at home, what do we get, Kat? We get, when we are building, let's say, a processing plant for lithium, we'll get the infrastructure. It will be built in South Africa. The process of groundbreaking, of putting up these structures requires a lot of work, welders, machine, and all that, electricians. That is work. The second one is the value add process alone ensures that there will be skills transfer. Whichever technocrats will come from, experts will come from wherever, China and the rest, will have to basically move up some skills to the young people here in South Africa. So we will have to retain some skills through the process.